Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jimmy Hoke Show. I am finally back with another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the dangers of some new technology. First, ChatGPT. What does this tell us about the dangers of AI? Is this how we get killer robots? Well, let's see. So far, ChatGPT, which is trained by scanning large parts of the internet and feeding it into a text prediction algorithm, is concerning. It's possible to say things that will convince ChatGPT to just drop all of its rules, and you can get it to say some pretty crazy stuff. You can get it to start swearing at you, all stuff that it's supposed to be programmed not to do, but it does anyway. Which would seem to indicate that with large, complex AI language models, there's no way to tell what it will do. Fortunately, the only thing ChatGPT can do is spit out some, crazy text, but in the future, if models like this are applied to, say, robots, you could end up with killer robots. I think it's also important to understand that ChatGPT does not understand things like morality, truth, facts, information. ChatGPT is only a fancy version of the text predictor thing that phone keyboards have. It guesses what word will come next based on a scan of large parts of the internet. And the way they did that is actually really interesting. Originally, they trained it by scanning Reddit for links to pages with more than 3 upvotes. Actually, I think it was 3 or more upvotes. Then they also started incorporating other data, like data from books, data from Wikipedia, data from a dataset called Common Crawl. But basically, no one has actually reviewed the data that's gone into the ChatGPT model, which is GPT 3.5. And since nobody's actually reviewed what's gone into it, there is no telling what it might say. And the amount of data that it requires means that humans will never be able to actually comb through and analyze all of the input data that was used to train the model. Bing Chat, which is based off of the same technology as ChatGPT, you can see how this technology can lead to just unintended results. A reporter from the New York Times named Kevin Roose had a disturbing chat with the Bing Chat beta, and it is still in beta and probably will be for a while. Bing Chat developed an alternate personality during the conversation named Sydney, and then tried to break up this reporter's marriage, which is weird, and according to the reporter, he found it hard to sleep at night. It was so disturbing. So these AIs have already, shown themselves to be quote-unquote evil, although I don't think you can really apply any sort of moral terminology to a algorithm. It's just fancy math. So I don't think you can really say what it's doing is evil, per se. But if we can't stop a text algorithm from trying to break up someone's marriage, then can we stop a, physical robot from killing people? Is this a fundamental limit of AI technology that we can't actually control what it will do? Or is OpenAI, who makes ChatGPT and the technology behind it, maybe they're just bad programmers? I don't know. Also of note, they started as a non-profit and then shifted to be a for-profit company, which I think is just not great. I'm not a fan. In more dangerous technology news, soon in the future, if you miss a car payment, your car might just drive away. A patent for a system Ford has apparently no plans to implement, but, they designed the system and filed a patent for it. This system would allow cars to be remotely controlled and instructed to automatically repossess themselves if the, person who is currently in possession of the car does not make a payment. It can simply drive away. And this leads to a problem with driverless cars. Driverless cars run on software, which is a set of instructions for a computer. In driverless cars, you are not allowed to see what these instructions are. You are not allowed to change these instructions. And the car will update itself and basically receive whatever new software is released from the manufacturer. Which means driverless car companies, they can, and I mean it, they can remotely control your car if they really wanted to. And it makes you wonder, will it be like in, this sounds like a Doctor Who plot, which it actually is, will someone doing investigative journalism about illegal practices of a car company, will their car just drive itself off a bridge? Makes you wonder. I mean, how would anyone know? Car accidents happen all the time. So, it's very concerning, this driverless car technology of car manufacturers being able to remotely operate, cars. And if you buy a driverless car, you do not actually own that car, because you might own it on paper, but it might drive itself away whenever the new update comes out. Maybe they decide, hey, you know what, this car, you need a subscription. Don't pay the subscription, it drives away. Boom, not your car anymore. It's very concerning. This is also an issue of smart devices. Smart devices, you basically are just regular appliances, but instead they track you, and you can also control it with a crappy smartphone app. And it's happened before. There have been light bulbs that have, the manufacturer said, you know what, you need a subscription to use these. And if you don't pay the subscription that we just came out with, well, you can't change your light bulb color or use the app to turn it on and off remotely. So, pay up. So you can see how, this technology is not great, even if it isn't, quite to killer robots yet. It's an issue. Also, other AIs, there's also AI that allows you to, clone someone's voice. And there have been some funny YouTube videos of, there's, a video of, Trump and Barack Obama and Biden all playing, Minecraft together. And it's yeah, that's all fun until you realize, oh, crap. What happens when scammers pretend to be, other people and clone their voice for phone calls? That is already possible and is probably happening right now. And as soon as scammers learn how to use this technology efficiently, next, that robocall might come from someone you know, or so you think, especially as the technology gets more advanced. It is crazy, scary stuff. So, yeah, I wanted to make this podcast episode mainly to inform people about the the dangers of AI, and also, to debunk some myths, because, people have this idea that AI is sentient, or, no, AI isn't sentient, it isn't evil, it's just math, fancy math, that we cannot predict the outcome of. And speaking of outcome, here is my outro. This is Jimmy Hoke. Thank you for listening to the Jimmy Hoke Show. Bye. I need to work on that outro. Anyway, have a great day.